Sport plays a vital role in fostering unity amongst young people by creating a platform for collaborations, teamwork, and mutual respect. Regardless of social, cultural, or economic backgrounds, sport brings youth together, breaking barriers and building connections. Whether through community events, school tournaments, or national competitions, young people develop a sense of belonging and camaraderie, which promotes social cohesion. Beyond unity, sport offers immense benefits for youth development. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us on another interesting episode. This is Youth Connect. I am Fatima and Musa. Now, before you get to meet my guests, let's go on a quick break, and when we return, the discussion will start. Stay with us. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us. Now, joining me in the studio is Mukhtar Abubakar. He's an entrepreneur. Thank you so much, Mukhtar, for joining us. And we have Nuradeen Muhammad. He's also an entrepreneur. Thank you so much, Nura, for joining us. And we have joining us via Zoom, Nazir Jarmajo. He's a sport analyst. Thank you so much, Nazir, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So, Mukhtar, let me come to you. Okay. Let's start by asking, do you play any game?
Yes, I play football, badminton. I'm also a runner.
Yes. Since when?
Very long
Has it been long?
A very long time.
Oh, you can't even keep to date. How about you, Nura?
Football. Just football. Yeah. I've already decided to choose it and finalize it as my favorite sport.
And you're very good at it, I'm sure.
Yes.
For you to keep to saying that. Okay. How about Nazir? Do you play any sports?
Yes, I'm a footballer. I play football.
Oh, nice. Aside from that, he's also a sport analyst, so that makes sense. So tell me, do you think sport has a way of connecting and bringing youth together?
Yes, it plays a vital role in connecting youth together, because today you can just relocate to any random area or just go to any random area and you say football film, like, wow, I want to engage myself. So in the moment you come and they see you with, although the differences will be there, but they will welcome you and you play, and when you play, people see you are good, they will look for you, they come back. And so when you connect with them, through that connection, you can build other connections to like work. Okay, but what do you do aside football? I do this, I do that. You connect to people. You might even meet somebody that will boost your other skills or other things you're into in life.
Yeah, definitely. And for you guys, it's always easy to connect for men.
Yes.
Nora, can you share any experience that maybe you've had that sports actually brought you together with someone or connected you to maybe new friends or someone that you've not seen for a very long time?
Yeah, actually many. Because let's say here in Abuja, they do organize tournaments time to time. Once you are a bowler and you are playing football, no matter how, once you just attend a tournament in Abuja, you must see somebody you know. That's it. And as a footballer, your skills on football, it speaks to you. Any other thing aside from it is totally different. Once you can play ball, like it's just the nature. You'll be loved by your other colleagues that know how to play ball. You will be naturally loved. That's how it is.
So it means football has a way of, bringing a natural love for each other amongst young people. Nazir, do you think, sports can actually help bridge the cultural or social differences amongst young people? Because unity is what we need right now.
Yeah, of course it can. Of course it can, because just like they mentioned, you come together with so many people that you don't know, and at the end of the day, you have the chance to talk to them and you get to know them, even personally, beyond what you guys get to play on the pitch or whatever it is that you get to play. I think it plays a vital role. I think, for example, me, like you said, I'm a sports analyst. I talk with so many people when it comes to this footballing stuff. I've got a very massive community when it comes to football that I talk with so many people that I don't even know. Some of them I don't even meet them. Some of them are outside of Nigeria, but we do talk, we do discuss about football, and we go personal from time to time. And they are always willing to want to know what I'm going through, what I'm up to when it comes to my personal life. I think football plays a massive role when it comes to bringing people together.
And it has a way of connecting and building good friendship, because he just mentioned that they get to check up on him. So, but do you think sport can provide opportunity, career opportunity for young people?
Of course, it provides. It brings unity, first of all, and from there, you can meet somebody that will want to, I want to promote this guy, I want to be an agent to this guy, know, especially football, because I believe there's no Nigerian that cannot play football. So
there are Nigerians that cannot play football. I mean, I've seen guys that don't even watch football.
That is because maybe they grew up in an environment where they just show them no chance. Maybe they didn't have the chance during their childhood or while growing up. But through football, man, you can meet people that will personally want to promote you unless maybe family tries to hold it back, or maybe one or two life situations tries to hold you back. So I see sport as a very strong point, especially football, that can make one or two people prosper.
Okay, so how do you think communities can use sports to promote peace and unity?
Okay.
Do you think it's possible to do that?
Yes, it's possible, because in a community where they play football, let's say mostly it's let's say the guys, the men, that's where, let's say, everybody will know everybody. And in football there's what we call discipline. Once you are into football, you must learn discipline. This is the fact. So you must learn how to respect your elders in football. So when you're talking about peace in a community whereby this guy from this angle is playing football, this guy from the north, whereby everybody will meet in the morning and comes together and play football. So among all those people, they are elders. So let's say something is going on. Let's say only the people that are playing football, like their massive crowd, they will have population, and inside the population they will have a leader that will talk to them and they will listen. So I see peace here.
So aside from that, aside from the unity that it brings, it also promotes and gives youth the chance to have something, take them away from the street, because like you said, if you have someone that is willing to promote you, I mean, you automatically you've gotten a job. Nazir, what do you think youth need to do to understand that sports has a very, very good benefit for their careers?
Yeah, just like they mentioned, it's just the connection. Whenever you get to connect with each other, I think you get to understand that. And sometimes, most of the time, knowing new people is very, very important in our lives. If you get to know new people, I think it helps. And just like you asked them in the studio where they answered questions about peace and unity that football do bring, I want to talk a little bit more about the peace part, because I can actually give you a couple of stories about how football has actually ended a civil war in Cote d'Ivoire. And something like that happened when it comes to the World War that was happening back then. When Christmas came, I think all the soldiers that were there trying to defend their countries and stuff dropped their weapons and then came and played a football match just for peace and unity, because it's Christmas. And then in Cote d'Ivoire, I can remember in the early 2000s where things were happening over there. So many things happened, but the qualification, the World Cup ticket that Cote d'Ivoire actually, got at that time ended the World War, because Didier Drogba, the situation at that time was between the Christians and the Muslims. And Didier Drogba's wife at that time, who was the captain of the Cote d'Ivoire national team, his wife was who happens to be a Muslim who came from Mali. So, and the team at that day, there were Christians in the team, Didier Drogba, him as the leader of the team, and then there are Muslims in Kolo Touré and Yaya Touré who were part of the team. And they played a vital role in making sure that Cote d'Ivoire got that ticket. At the end of the day, when they got that ticket, they qualified. They actually asked for forgiveness from every part of the country, from what has been happening over the course of that time. And the people in that country responded, whereby everybody dropped his weapons and they went back. Peace was restored in the country, and up to today, we have never heard of anything like that of a war in Cote d'Ivoire just because of football. And football is playing a vital role right now in the lives of so many people. Even if it is not for the World War or the Civil War that was ended in Cote d'Ivoire, so many people can tell you so many stories of how football or maybe another sport has helped them, has helped their career, and has helped their life, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but Mukhtar, you heard what Nazir said. I mean, he has even talked about the World War that sport has actually ended somehow in Cote d'Ivoire. But do you think the role of coaches and mentors plays a vital role in the lives of young people that tend to be in the sports career?
Yes, it plays a vital role, because without a coach, there's no team. Without, you said the coaches and the mentors. So without a mentor, you can't progress, because when you watch your mentor play, you'll be like, I want to be like this person.
Who is your mentor?
My mentor is Hakim Ziyech. He played for Chelsea then went to Galatasaray, I think. So, but the main mentor is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Everybody loves Cristiano Ronaldo. Aside from that, it's Messi, and then it continues.
Good story.
Yeah.
So when you watch your mentor play, be like, I want to be like this guy. I want to play like this guy, because there's something you see in him. There's something that he gives to you that you be like, hi, I love this sport. I enjoy what I'm saying. When it comes to the coaches will tell you how the game is being played, because without the coaches' instructions, when you play on your own, you can't play as a team. Because when you play individual football, you are just wasting your time. Because when you play individual football, people might just, admire your football. But when you play according to the coach's instruction, you realize that, everybody is important in the team. So when there's teamwork and when they show you that, so even from football, to show you that teamwork really helps in building a lot of things in life.
So, Nura, how does, international sports events like the Olympics, the World Cup, inspires you?
Okay, yeah. It's a situation whereby you will meet different type of people. Yes, and like as I said, once you can play football, you'll be loved naturally. So let's say maybe we are playing an Olympic competition whereby we met somebody from Africa. They will not talk about the skin, they will not talk about, once he's purely talented, everybody will talk about the talent. He will be loved.
But has that been a drive for you to say, I want to make it to the Olympics and I want to get to play for the international team, something like that?
Yeah,
has that happened?
Actually, I used to think about this, but I came to realize it is very, very late, because once you want to be a footballer,
you have to start early
age. So I think maybe, let's say, for my kids, I'll pray for, let's say, a successful footballer. But for me, I don't think.
You think you've passed that stage?
20 something.
So what age do you think would have been appropriate for you to have started playing? 5, 6?
Yeah, from that, approximately 5, 6. I could have grown up into football. Like, let's say, you started at a young age and you develop many things. I get to know many things when I grew up. Like, already when I was already grown up, that's where I get to know many things on football.
Okay, Nazir, what, or should I say, how can the government and organizations support youth participation when it comes to sport?
Yeah, I think, first of all, when you talk about support, a lot of people will tell you that, what the government can actually offer is the funds so that they can get to sponsor you to go out there and do well. I think we are even putting too much weight on the government, to be honest with you, for them to support us and for us to do all of these things, because they do support. Yeah, they do support, because when you look at the way our teams are going out, the ones that play in the, international tournaments, talking about the World Cups and all of that, and the ones that play in the, continental footballs too, the government tried their best. Yeah, they do try their best to support all of these things, but we have got companies that can come into all of these things and sponsor them to go out there. Football is a big thing. People are looking at it as if like, or maybe sports as a whole, it's a big thing. People are looking at it as if like they can just pump in money there, but they will not gain anything. They don't know what people out there do here when it comes to football and other sports. They don't know how these Europeans make money when it comes to football and sports all together. So they need to understand that. If we get to understand that, the weight that is on the government will be reduced a little bit. And when the weight gets to be reduced, that will help in making sure that a lot of people go into this thing and make huge amount of money. Now look at how the dollar is traveling. If you are earning money in dollars, you know how much you are going to earn, and that will help in making sure that you also come back to where you grow up and go out there and help people that are there also, so that at the end of the day you take people off the street, just like you said earlier.
Yeah, I mean, Nazir is always just hitting the nail on the head at the right place, But do you think sport has a way of, letting people learn other people's culture? Because like Nura rightly mentioned earlier, you get to meet people from different places, but then we have different ethnicities and tribes and what have you that still come together to play football. So do you think that can be an avenue for people to learn other people's culture, because it has a way of uniting people?
Yes, it gives that avenue to learn other people's culture, because someone like me, I grew up in Lagos, that's why I'm from the north, so I got to learn a lot of things about Yoruba people, and I was opportunity to stay in the east too. So and I was opportunity to even school outside Nigeria, just Niger Republic. Football made me know a lot of things, like the culture, the sports, the languages, the people around. Yes.
And I'm sure you've seen Nigerians and other people from other countries that are also in Niger, right?
Yes.
And that relationship is still existing?
It's still existing, because I can remember the first time we went to Niger, we wanted to just trade, like, we can't just be guys, we'll be here in the evening, we don't have lectures, we'll just be sitting down. So we went to a nearby pitch. At first they didn't allow us to play, because we didn't understand what they were saying. They were speaking French, but the two of them could speak our local dialect. So, but the first time we got to play with them, they realized, these guys are actually good. So that's how we became friends. So today, even after school, we still communicate and we still relate very well because of football. Because football is just a universal language. Even if you don't understand the person's language, the moment you play, there'll be that connection together.
Yeah, and like you said, it's universal because even the women also are in the sport and football also, you know. But Nura, do you think sports can become a positive way of, you know, becoming a role model for, you know, youths or peers, like your peers or something? Do you think sport can inspire other people to become role models of others?
Yeah, it has already. Football has already, let's say, made many role models that, let's say, they started from scratch and they made it. Let's say. So
they are your role models, or
yes,
they can be other people's
let's say, for example, now when it's not just like you watching the football. Sometimes you'll go on research and you will go on the hard times a player faced before he got opportunities to make it as a footballer and the rest. So I think that's enough will motivate you and make you give him his flowers as a footballer.
In a positive way, because the role model role should come in a positive way, you know. So, well, we'll continue this discussion after this break. Don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for joining us again on Youth Connect, coming to you from Trust TV here in Abuja. Now, before we went on break, we're having a beautiful conversation about sports and how it connects youth and bring youth together. Now, Nazir, I would like to ask you this question. How can sports be used to raise awareness about social issues? Because when like Mukhtar, or should I say Nura, mention of elders, you know, going to the sport field to watch young people play football, and some of them also partake in this football that, you know, young people tend to play. So how can that be used to raise awareness about social issues that is affecting their communities?
Yeah, I think very easy, because the most important thing when it comes to, you know, giving awareness is how you can actually get to bring people together. And once football matches will go on, or maybe some games will go on in sports, people will appear. So once they appear, the only thing you can do, maybe at halftime or before the start of the game, you can come in and talk and raise the awareness and talk to people about what's going on. You know, people do organize novelty matches. People organize peace and unity matches. That tells you all you need to know about how far football can go and sports can go to help and make sure that, you know, people get to be aware of things. And that one, like I said earlier, the most important thing is how to bring the crowd together. Football does that, sports does that. So once they come together at halftime or before the start of the game, you talk to them, because, you know, at the end of the game, everybody will be on his way home. Everybody will be thinking on how to go back home. So at halftime, where everybody is keen and wants the second half to continue, you can come in there and talk. And even in Europe, you can see the racism issue has been there, but they do make sure that before every single game, any will be taken to make sure that they actually make it clear to the world that we are not part of this racism. We don't like racism. We don't support it. So it's as simple as that. The awareness is there. The most important thing, when you bring people together, that's all.
Yeah. So, Mukhtar, do you think sport can be used to reduce certain crimes that tend to take place in communities or even in the country? Because when the youth have something that they are doing, it will actually take their minds away from certain things. So do you think that can be used?
Yes, of course, that can be used if only we had tournaments or maybe regional tournaments within the more often, and things. They create more awareness about sports, and okay, come, you can try a luck, you can try this. If you can play football, come, we'll sponsor you. Maybe we can get you boots to start with, or might fix you 1 or 2 teams. So when they do that, they take people off the streets, and football does that, but we don't have much opportunities because of the kind of country we find ourselves. But I believe sports, especially football, is a very vital role in doing that.
If given the opportunity, Nura, what kind of sports would you want to introduce to your community, you know, in terms of giving equal chance to every child that wants to be a part of any kind of sport?
It must be football. It will never be more than football. That's why, to be honest, it will be football. I'm not maybe thinking other sports are not nice, but it's my favorite, and the world, it's been considered as the #1 sport. Yeah. I think that's it. Football is the #1 sport. So
are there other sports that maybe other people may not want to venture into, like football? Because people will have different opinions of what kind of sports.
Yeah, there are many sports. Like he said, he is also a runner. But it's also his choice and opinion to choose that. So there are also many sports people can see and make choice.
How about you? If you're given the opportunity, what kind of sport would you introduce?
First of all, to be football.
Again,
because football is just there. It has always been there right from childhood. And another thing is running. One, because of the physical importance and the health aspect of this thing. because I know normally I'm a runner and I enjoy doing it, and I see a lot of people
football participate.
I don't even want to ask Nazir, because Nazir, I know you're also going to say it's football that you'd like to introduce to your community, I'm sure, right?
No, not at all. Because football is everywhere. Everybody wants to be part of football. Everybody loves football. But my father is a big fan of hockey, table tennis, and badminton. So one of the three, to be honest. Yeah, because I would love, to have that kind of thing maybe to my people because of my father. Just to make sure that, the chance he gives me of doing all of these things that I'm doing for football, I also pay him back. That's why.
So, but do you think this can also be an avenue to promoting gender equality amongst the people in your community? Because, from the north side, the issue with having women venture into certain activities, and sports may not be one thing that a lot of people may want to, have it as a welcome idea. So do you think that is also possible?
Yeah, it is. Just like I said earlier, the most important thing is the awareness. If you have the facts that you give people to make them understand that, look, all of these things doesn't make sense, the most important thing is you allow, people to come into this thing, whether he's a male or a female. I think they will let them come in. Even if not all, some will definitely fancy their chances of allowing their children or themselves to have a try and say, let me see if I can go ahead and make it. And sometimes people do have this kind of talents inside them. Once they don't have the chance, you will never know what they are good of or what they have in themselves. But once they have the chance and give it a try, at the end of the day, you get to understand how good they are and their talent in this thing. So I think it's very easy. It's very easy to do that.
Okay, so but how can we make youth understand that they can actually promote their achievements by using social media? It's not just to be on social media and commenting on other people's achievements or bullying other people. They can also achieve something by using social media. So how can we make them understand that is possible?
Just like our colleague here said, you just create the awareness. So after creating the awareness, then you show them that, okay, look, we can use this sport, we can promote it, like, okay, when we're having tournaments or maybe let's say an awareness match, we can just go live and we post it online, then we tag who want to tag. Then we show them that, okay, when you come online, you can actually do this
promote yourself.
Promote yourself, like do a short video even before maybe you get picked by anything. You can just keep your videos. Any football match or any training session, you can just have 1 or 2 videos. Then you post. You never can see. You will see them and be interested. I'm like, I've been seeing videos like this. Let me use this guy, or let me go with this guy.
So do you think, because Nazir has already said the government is doing a lot, but do you think the government still needs to do more when it comes to giving chance to certain young people, maybe like you said, starting from a certain age, the avenue to also start early so that they can learn and become like Ronaldo or Messi for the sake of their families or their selves?
Exactly. The government needs to, let's say, pay attention. It's not as if they're not paying attention, but let's say it's less. Although we know the kind of society and the country we are in, let's say there are many problems that are circulating every day, but like them paying attention, it's, let's say, a love for your country, for them supporting what the youths are into. Because if you could check now, there are countries that pay very much attention in terms of football to their youths. There are many countries that do that. In terms of sponsorship, let's say technology and the rest, yes.
Okay, so Nazir, what advice will you give young people that maybe don't see sport as something that they can actually make a living out of it? Because like I said, I've seen a lot of young people that don't really want to venture into sports, but they rather want to just make money as quick as possible. They don't want to go through the steps. So what advice will you give as a sport analyst that you've been for a very long time, and what you've seen so far? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I think patience, just like I said earlier, you have to be patient 3 times and more. Just like I said earlier, let me give an example with myself. I started sports journalism. I am part of this, I've been a sports journalist for like 7 years right now. And I never started seeing the benefit of what I'm doing. I never started seeing the money in my pocket until after 4 years. So I was being patient for 4 years before I started seeing the reward of what I was doing. If I had not been patient in there, would I been here today? No, I would never been here because I would have let go of it and then go and find something to do. And in whatever it is that you have to do in this life, you have to be patient. It's a must. You have to build it. Once you reach the level that you are supposed to, then you start seeing rewards of the hard work that you put in for all of theirs that were there. I started a YouTube channel. At that time, I had only 270 something people that actually subscribed to the channel. And it was like for 4 years like that. And after the 4th year, I think in like 2-3 months, I hit 10,000. I hit 10,000 straight. Yeah, I hit 10,000. And before you know it, I get monetized. And at the end of the day, I'm having dollars in my pocket, in which today is what I'm sitting on, today is what I'm living on, and today is what I'm surviving on right now. And you know how the dollar is skyrocketing now. The enjoyment is there. So it's as simple as that. Once you are being patient, the money will come. And at the end of the day, you will be the one that will be smiling and licking your lips because of what you have. Be patient, put in the hard work. The money is going to come. The money will never come at the start of it, but it will come in the future once you build yourself and have a background of exactly what you want to do. And be prayerful. Pray to God. Be patient, and then at the end of the day, work hard. Yeah, you get the rewards. Inshallah.
I totally agree with you on that. And thank you so much, Nazir, for joining us today on this program.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Mukhtar, for taking our time to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And this is where we've come to the end of today's episode. Don't forget to watch us across our social media platforms in case you've missed any of our programs. Do join us again next week for another interesting episode on Youth Connect. I remain Fatima Ahmed Musa. Bye for now.